Look at this adorable guy, guys. I'm calling him my 420 man. And this is what today's tutorial is going to be on. He's absolutely great. He's fun. He works up super fast. And believe it or not, everything I used for him was my stash yarn. He's great. He's fun. And with 420 coming, you guys can have a little bit of fun around. And the other thing is, if you want, you can fill him a little bit with some catnip and let your cats have a blast playing around with him. It's a lot of fun. So you guys ready to get started? All right, first thing you're going to need is a 5mm hook, and let's dive into them. Okay, we're going to get started on this. I'm calling it the 420 project. And you like that? I like it. It's kind of funny. All right, so this is a project where I just really want you guys to have fun. This is just supposed to be lighthearted. This is just nothing. I'm not up for the negative stuff. Just fun enjoyment. Okay, let's have a little fun today. All right. So I'm starting with red, and probably 70% of this yarn that I'm using for this project is scrap yarn. So in my little crochet world, this is kind of a scrap project, sort of, kind of is, yet isn't. Yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway, starting with a magic ring. If you don't want to do a magic circle, magic ring, all you have to do is chain 4, slip stitch to the first stitch, and then chain 2. If you're doing the magic ring like me, when you do it, you already chain 1. I need my glasses. You already chain 1. So all I need you to do is chain 1 more. This does not count as a stitch. Okay. So now we're going to put 10 half double crochets in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So it's just 10 half doubles. You can tighten up your ring and slip stitch to your first stitch. Okay. So we chain 2 again, and now we're going to put 2 half doubles in every stitch all the way around. So that's going to take you to 20 half doubles. So again, it's 2 half doubles in each stitch. And 20. And then again, slip stitch. I'm doing a slip stitch on this part of the project and not working in the rounds because this is going to be covered. Nobody's going to see this anyway. So there's really no worry to have to working the rounds on this part. But if you want to, you are more than welcome to. It's all good. So for the red, we're going to do one more round. So that's chain 2. And you put 2 half doubles in the first stitch. And then 1 in the next. And then 2 in the next. One in the next. So it's 2 in one stitch, then 1 in the next. Okay, so we're going to do that all the way around. And just so you know, stitch counts for this project are not extremely important at all. So it's okay if you skip a stitch. And if your counts are on point, you will end with a 1 since we started with an increase on the first one. So let's slip stitch, chain 1, and cut the red off. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm going to switch to black yarn. Black yarn, I'm choosing to do 1 round of black. It's up to you. You want to do a second, you can. It really don't matter. So now, when we hook, when we add on our yarn, notice I'm not making a slip knot. I want you to just go into, this is the full chain, just the back loop of the chain. Don't go through the full, just the one that's away from you. So slip that on, chain 2, and then we're going to put half doubles, 1 in each stitch, back loop only, going around. And I'm picking up my yarn stranglers as I'm going around, because then it's one less thing I need to really worry about. But I would suggest that sometime soon, before you really go on with the white, to hide in your center one to keep it locked in there. I feel that's more than enough of. Now by doing this row, with back loop only, this is on a cause this to crochet down into the tube that you want. So again, for this row, I'm going to just join. And cut. Because what it's going to do, it's going to, it won't do it a whole lot yet, but it's going to allow you to make a tube. Okay. Now, you're able to make this bigger if you want. On my original one that I'm making, I think I did one more row of these, but it's your choice. I'm showing you an example. But if you want to do bigger, the increase, you know how you did 2 and 1, and then 1, 2 and 1. The next row, if you wanted to do one more round increase, it'd be 2 and 1 stitch, then 1 single in the next 2 stitches. So it'd be 2, then 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. So you are more than welcome to do that. But let me stress right now, the wider you make this burning part on the 420, the longer the tube that you got to make. So if you're okay with that, that's absolutely fine. But the bigger this is, you can't make it short because it's not going to look like what it's supposed to. So you can do a small little tube, or you can do a little bigger. I think, actually, I know I did one more row of red on my one that I'm actually making. This is a sample of me showing you what to do. So the increase is, so it's 2 and 1, 1 and 1. Then the next row would be 2 and 1, and 1 single in the next 3. And that count just keeps going up, okay? So each row, you add one more single when you do a double to increase. Just wanted to let you know that. All right, so now adding my white, and this row and all the subsequent rows, you're using the full stitch. So chain 2 and do your half doubles. Right. So just, there's no more increasing at this point. Any of the increasing has to be done in the red. So it's just putting half doubles all the way around. And by working in the rounds, you're not going to see where you began or where you ended, which is nice. And you know what? You don't have to mark each row. You can just keep going and going and going until you have decided that this is long enough for you. See how it's already bending? That's because of how you did the last color here, the black. So by working in the rounds instead of slip stitching, you just go into the next stitch and you put your half double. Okay. So you just keep working round and round and round and round, half double, nothing fancy, every stitch. And remember, before you get too far, make sure you weave in that center. So after I get my tube done, we're going to meet back. We're going to talk about the eyes and everything else that we got to do. So I'll meet you back. Okay. Ignore the first eye that I have on. Playing around with a couple things. I liked what I did. So I'm going to show you what I did because it's a 4/20, you know, April 20th. Anyway, I got the length that I needed and stopped there for now. I did leave a tail when I cut off, but I want to show you how to do this eye. It's easier to get the eyes on before he's stuffed. And so we'll work on that. So I grabbed just some pink yarn, nothing real special about it. I'm going to set this off to the side just for a little bit. Oh, excuse my pajamas today. It's a Sunday here. Anyway, so again, I'm starting with a magic ring, magic circle. If you want to do the chain 4, that's fine, and slip stitch like you did the other. And then when you slip stitch, just chain 2. If you started with the magic ring, just chain 1 more. And in the circle, I want you to put in 10 half double crochets. Six, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Pull a chat, slip stitch, reverse stitch, chain 2, and then in each stitch put in 2 half doubles, and that's it for this part of the eye. So it'll be 20 stitches. Now if you made yours smaller, then you might want to make your eye a little smaller, but the theory of how to do it is exactly the same. You can only do 1 round if you need a smaller eye. And 20. And then all I do, slip stitch and chain 1. And obviously you will need 2 of these. All right. And then for the center part of the eye, Again, same start method, chain 4 and slip stitch to the first chain, or do your magic ring and chain 2. And then just for the eye, I want you to put in only 8 half doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That's all. And leave a little bit of the tail. Make sure you pull this closed. All right. Now, for the eye, you want to sit the more flatter edge down to the edge and away from the center. All right. And then what I did, I just took my tail and I went down through right at the edges where the back of the stitches are to weave this down into the eye, into the pink part of the eye. And before I tie that one off, then I did the same thing to the other side. And then for the back, because this does not need to be pretty, I just knotted it. It's going to be attached to the back, so there's no need to worry about beautiful, because no one's going to see it. But if you want to weave them in, you are more than welcome to. All right. So now the eyebrow. I chained 8. So it's chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then second chain from the hook, back vertical bars, put 1 half double, in each stitch, and that will leave you with 7 stitches. Again, if you made a different size, you can obviously adjust this bigger or smaller. chain 1, and turn. Now, in your first stitch, wrap your hook, go in, pull yarn through, wrap, go through 2, wrap, go into the next stitch, wrap, go through 2, and wrap, go through all of them. And then you do half double all the way across into your last 2 stitches, and then you do another decrease. Turn, chain 1, another decrease, a half double, and then a decrease. Chain 1, and put 1 half double in each of the 3 stitches. And then just slip stitch to the corner and chain 1. Okay. Now, I went with it's crooked. It's crooked on purpose because it's stoner. That's what it is. All right. So now you find where you want your eyes on, and then just whip stitch them on, and then the same with the eye. All right. I'm going to get these whip stitched on, and then we'll be right back. Okay. So notice my eyes and my stuff. It's crooked. I want it crooked. Okay. So now, before we get started, you need to make a bottom panel for this. So count your stitches. All right. And then you know how I taught you how to start the beginning one? You're going to do the same thing. You're going to make a round panel without the black. So you just keep increasing till you get your number. So you always start out with the 10 half doubles. Then the second row, you double everything. That's 20. And then you keep doing your increases till you get to the number that you want. And then once you get to the number that you want, did I bring it in with me? Yep. Got a panel. But first, time to stuff it. So, we're going to stuff them. Look how cool that is. Stuff him to your desired thickness, firmness, whatever you want. You do want the head a little bowed. We have to put the ashes on top yet. I love it. Okay, so when you get your desired firmness, you take the panel that I was just talking to you about, okay, put your hook through, pull seam yarn through, and chain. And then all you do is you go through each stitch and you're slip stitching it closed. Each stitch, and whip stitch it closed. All right, let me get this part done and then we'll be right back. Okay, we are just chugging along. If I can zoom out so you don't have to see my whole mess here. And there's your bottom. Okay. And there's his eyes. So now, mouth is different for everybody. You can do so many different things for his mouth. So that's my moose, that if you hear him. So I am gonna make it diagonal, a little thicker. Okay. Then I'm going to go up in the center, I think. And then I'm going to you see, I think I cut you out. So I'm just doing just a simple mouth. And then all you have to do, go through a different section. Basically, you're getting the yarn lost in the project. And what's nice about the mouths, you can do it and take it out if you don't like it. Okay. Just a simple little mouth. Now, let's talk the flames. So I am getting some orange yarn, and you just cut it into strips. And this is almost like a game of latch hook. go through, bring it through, and you just wrap it. All right, that's it. You can pick any lengths that you want. Again, here's my hook. You pick a spot. Any spot you want. Grab the yarn, bring it through, you wrap it around, and you hook it. All right. So you fill the entire head with this, and then you cut it to whatever length that you want. And the more you put in, the better it's going to fluff and stand, okay? So I'm going to see you back after we're all done that. So laying down does not do this justice. This has turned out absolutely adorable. I'm very happy with it. I hope you guys have a lot of fun, and I would like to see your variations of this. I ended up using for his head, believe it or not, a hook for latch hook. That's what I used. It was easier to get it on than using the crochet hook. And I only did like 3 revolutions, and it gave him a lot of hair. A lot. And he can swoosh it around, and it's great. His eyes, love it. Everything on him turned out great. So I can't wait to see yours. Until next time, happy crocheting, everybody. And it's always a work in progress here. Bye.